So we're here at Albany Road Baptist Church to hear more about their vision to redevelop their premises and to partner with other organisations to express God's love to the local community and to expand the mission and ministry that goes on in this place.
Do you know, like many churches, we had real problems. And I'm going back, in truth, I'm going back 30 years. I'm going back to the point where the church suddenly realised that its buildings weren't fit for purpose. And they started looking around and seeing the damp and seeing the issues. And they did what most churches do. The first thing that they tried to do was completely ignore it and pretend like it wasn't happening. In some ways, that's easy to do, isn't it? It's easy to do when you are used to the building and you see it through a particular lens and you think of it as home. It's somewhere that you've actually grown up in and had great spiritual experiences in. And then they realised that they actually couldn't carry on doing that. So the next thing they did was hide it. And they put plasterboard walls up thinking that actually that would solve the problem by just hiding it from sight. And of course that didn't work. The damp started coming through, the mildew, the molds, it just got worse and worse and worse. And so they got to a point about 20 years ago where they decided that actually it was time to do something about this. And they came up with some architect's drawings, brought it to a church meeting, as we do in Baptist circles. And the church meeting had no vision for it and basically threw it out. And that looked like the end of the story. And then about 7 years ago, with the building still in terminal decay, we looked at it again and went, we cannot leave it like this. And the church agreed to us getting an architect to do some drawings. We actually got planning permission and we started looking for the funding. And we didn't get the funding and it came to a halt. And we thought that was the end of the story. We pushed it as far as we felt as leaders we could probably push it. And then something happened out of the blue that led to where we are now, which I'll let Pete, my colleague, explain. But the reason why I wanted to put it in a context is because I'm sure there are loads of churches out there with the same problems, if not worse, than the ones that we've got. And I think the principal lesson, the first lesson that I wanted to share was you've got to be persistent. You've got to be persistent and have a commitment to the building glorifying God and being fit for purpose for the mission that God has called you to.
So we were lucky enough to be introduced to Cadwyn Housing Association, who were looking to solve one of the biggest social needs in our area, which was affordable housing. And luckily, along with Faith in Affordable Housing, we were able to look at the buildings, look at the need in the community, and realise that what we could do is to release the equity from our buildings and to be able to create a facility that is relevant to our community around us and provide lots of projects for social need, but more importantly make a sustainable model for the church, so creating income. Prior to this we were a church that only made 70% of its income through giving and about 25% through hirings and about 5% in a little bit of grant money or one-off gifts. So we realised that we had to flip that in the next 5 years to be able to be a sustainable church, to be there for our community and deliver services into our community, as well as to be able to continue keeping the church sustainable long term in the future.
Albany Baptist Church has been an evolution, as all projects tend to be, because as you embark on a journey, things change, there's been different situations, and these are always longer journeys than you anticipate, which is why we always say to contact us as soon as you're able to start thinking about this. It's been an incredible journey with Albany Baptist Church, and we're now seeing that come, to real life, which is so exciting for everybody. But it absolutely has been a journey. Pete and Richard have been instrumental in getting the project to where it is today, and it really is about drive and perseverance and not being afraid to try things, which has been really key here. Working with Faith in Affordable Housing can allow you to explore the Christian commitment and the Christian value to loving thy neighbour and ensuring that everybody is safe and everybody has shelter. And I think this project allows you to look at what might be possible for your building to provide something new for your community. We feel that everybody deserves shelter, everybody deserves a safe place to call home. And we focus particularly on faith and affordable housing, on affordable and social housing to provide that to everybody in the community.
The vision in some ways is the thing that's been really important, isn't it? You know, we've always had a vision that 80% of what we do is engaged with the community around us and therefore look to identify the needs. And I think this is important. Our goal wasn't actually to sort out our buildings. Our goal was to be more effective in terms of our engagement with community. And I know that's really a big thing on your heart.
Yeah, and more sustainable. So actually going forward, we know that we've got the solid ground to build on, and therefore, you know, we know that it's going to reduce our energy costs. We know that it's going to be a nicer place for the community to come in. You know, and I think it's as much important as being a good host. Yet actually, as you and I, you know, both have the heart for, is that we don't want to be a building-centric church.
No.
We want to be a community-centric church with a provision for the community.
Absolutely.
Well, I hope you found this film really inspiring. We certainly have as an association. We all face challenges with our buildings, and this is one church's attempt to address those challenges. Really exciting attempt, working with Faith in Affordable Housing and partnering with other community organisations. So if you want to know more, please get in touch with us at the association or with the church here at Albany Road, and they'd be more than happy to help you out. But continue to pray for the church here and to all that they are seeking to do to expand the mission and ministry of God's people here in Cardiff.
Thank you.